Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be talking about part 4, and part 4 is the beginning of a new start. Alhamdulillah, you know, just imagining like how a new start is going to be. And I'm sure with everything in life, having to start something would always be hard. It will always be, you always feel anxious, you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know how it's going to be. So it was a bit of a scary ride to take, but at the end, alhamdulillah, you know, everything went in place. So like I remember like driving down in a cab, like going to this address, like I don't even know what this address is, and I got my kids. All I remember just saying was like, Allah, please, like, please give us a house, please give my kids a bed, Allah, please, like, give us like just the easiest, the littlest thing in life that anyone would have, like. And I was praying and wishing that. And I remember like reaching to the address, and I'm not gonna lie, like this whole road was like apartments, mansions. Like I was like, wow. I went from being at my baby dad's house, kicked out at my best friend's house, at a stranger's house, and then to my friend's house, and then now it's like a new whole journey. So I remember like coming to the big driveway, and then a woman comes out the house and she's like, "Oh, hi Nafisa, you're right." I'm like, yeah, I was like, "It's coming, come over," and everything. And she was like, "Okay, come in and we'll speak and everything." And then she got us comfortable, and like she gave me my keys and everything, and she told me like, "Here's your place for now, and you know, try to get yourself comfortable, try to get yourself something to eat for the kids, and relax." So today we're not gonna obviously be talking about, you know, you coming to this place. You know, we'll speak about it tomorrow, but for today, relax. If you want to go for a walk, there's a park over there. If you want to go to like a restaurant with the kids, there's Nando's over there. Me, I was like, nah, it's okay. I'm gonna chill. Like I've been through it. I'd rather chill. So I remember taking my stuff upstairs, like just seeing where I was gonna stay. So I remember there was uh, two rooms, a big living room. There was a toilet and a shower, and there was a spacious kitchen with a table and everything. Like, and like I remember like just coming to the house, and I remember just putting all my stuff that like in the living room, and I remember just grabbing all my kids and giving them a hug, and I was just like Allah's finally heard my message. Like all this time I'm crying saying, "Allah, please help me, Allah, please help me." Like that day was like the most happiest day of my life, knowing that like I'm not going to be on the streets. I don't need to be scared, I don't need to fear. Like I'm somewhere safe, and my kids are safe. That's what made me become okay. That's what made me have hope. That's what made me never give up. And day by day, like that encouraged me to say, like, you know what, like you're gonna be okay, and this is not over. Like everything, we're gonna like. I always tell my kids like we're gonna sort this out, and like you know, this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning, like, and that's about it. And I remember like changing the dresses. The next day was mad. Changing the dresses, circumstance, this and that, paperwork, phone calls, everything, whatever. And I started getting settled in now. And I remember like we had like the whole summer holidays. And this time in the summer holidays, don't remember going nowhere because I didn't even have nowhere to go because I was just happy that I had a house, like, or I had a place. I stayed there. I obviously went shopping. I cooked for the kids, and I just done what I wanted to do. All right. Before September came, I was applying for schools, uniforms, everything. I was like, day by day, like my my mental state wasn't even getting bad. It was getting better because I was just like I was just like happy knowing that things could have gone left, things could have gone worse. I could have been killed, I could have been raped, I could have lost my kids. There was so much I could have went on, but Alhamdulillah, Allah saved me. And if it wasn't for that woman I met in the park, like I'm not gonna say her name, but may Allah reward her because she saved me and my kids, and I will never forget her, never. So after that, like September came, my kids are going to school, and it's like imagine my kids like, yeah, don't mind me getting emotional, but it's emotional as I'm about to hear from you, innit? So imagine like me like doing like I remember like going to the like doing the forms. This time it wasn't the forms online, whereby it was always at the school, whatever. And they were like, okay, they gave me the forms. And like, imagine writing like 3 previous. So I'm writing what I'm saying now, and then the previous. Do you know how sad knowing that your kids went to like 3 different schools in 8 months? That made me cry. Me just there doing the form, they're crying. I'm like, oh my god, help, please. Like, me just even looking at the past, because that is the past. That's like previous, isn't it? So I'm like, Allah, I've been through 3 different addresses within 8 months. That's sad, but alhamdulillah, things could have become worse. All right. So after that, I remember on Thursdays, me and my oldest child, we got mentoring, and they would ask me, how are you, and where do you need help from, and how are things, and like if I'm okay, like if I need help with anything, anything. And they would always help. And I'm grateful for that too. Like, it was just so, me to find out others can help me in my situation, it didn't make me sad, but it made me feel like, you know what, like, just thanks for helping me. Like, I'm so glad for at least someone is here helping me. And then I remember, like, while the kids go to school, like every Fridays, I will go to a women's group with my baby, and then that's about it. That's when I remember seeing life. That's when I actually woke up, because before that I was sleeping. And then I'll go to this women's group, and it's like, this time I'm thinking this whole situation, alhamdulillah. This time I'm thinking that it's only me going through it. No, it wasn't only me. There's so much people going through domestic violence. There's so much different type of race, religion, ethnicity, different countries, different type of ages. It's different people, but they're experiencing the same domestic problem. It can be different, but it's all the same. And that's what put us there together. And it's like, it was so nice whereby we all got to share our stories individual, and it was all confidential. That's why I'm not really gonna speak about it, because I don't speak about another person's misery, that's confidential. So you would know what I went through, because I'd like to help someone out there that's going through my type of a situation, and to know that at the end of the day, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you are gonna be okay. But you just have to be strong. And have hope, and never give up. So every Fridays, I actually enjoyed every Friday, because I always look forward to it. So I had friends there, we changed numbers, and every day we'll talk about different stuff, or how to deal with stuff, and how men come in different ways, and how abuse people come in different ways, how a narcissist come in different ways. But as us sensitive, like, single mothers out here trying to do better for their kids, and it's like, these men out here are just looking at us like we're prey and they're predators, and they're just here to attack us. And it's like, no woman should go through abuse, no man should go through abuse, no child should go through abuse. That thing should stop. Yeah. And at the end, I would say, for my side, if you're ever going through abuse in any type of way, don't wait for anything. Just go, get out, because at the end of the day, you could lose your own life. You could even kill someone. You don't know what the situation would have been, and at the end it could backfire you. But the best thing to do is always leave is always better, because you find something better out there. If you have hope, inshallah, Allah will help you. But staying in that situation ain't gonna make it any better, because the person that's there trying to belittle you and make you feel this and that, like, he's not going anywhere. You're still gonna be in his hands. So best to do is leave and go get a better life, because you're not that worthy. You're worth it. So know how you're worth it. You should not make people treat you like any type of way. So at the end of the day, it's like, it was nice. I enjoyed it. And through that out, I remember my son getting counselling at school. And the saddest thing was, as well, the reason why he was getting counselling, I was getting called from the school saying, can we speak to his mom? And I was like, yeah, speaking. And then they were like, is there something wrong with your son? I was like, I'm sure our history and what happened. They're like, no, we don't know what's going on. Like, they're like, something's wrong with your son. I'm like, you're telling me something wrong with my son, but when I see him in the house, there's nothing wrong with him. And they were like, okay, can you try to explain from your side what happened? So I did explain to them, and they were like, you know what? We need to give him the right type of help, therapy, counseling, whatever it is. And a child like that should never ever go through something like that, because his mental state was at risk. He was not eating. He was not learning. He was a loose cannon. When the kids are there learning, the guy's just there walking in circles. When it's lunchtime, he doesn't want to eat. So how is he going to even focus if he ain't going to eat? All to do with what? All to do with violence and abuse. So it's affecting my child. I just told the teacher, you know what? Like, I goes, whatever we can do as a team to help him, let's do it, because I goes right now, I goes, he's my child, I do love, I do care for him, I goes, but we need to work as a team. So the same things that I'm doing at home, you need to be doing at school. Like, we're working together just to help him. So I ain't gonna lie, it was not easy. I cried every night. And the questions come to me, Mummy, why does no one like us? Mummy, why do we keep moving? Mummy, why are we here? And it's like I can't. And it's like I can't even. And it's like I can't even explain, because I don't know why. I don't know why they treat me like that. Only they know. All I was trying to do is to save you guys and to take you guys somewhere safe and to protect you guys and to feel you guys all my love, because I do love you guys all. That's it. I don't know what's going on, and please don't blame me. I'm here trying to protect you guys, and I'm so sorry for whatever you've been through. I did not mean to have you guys and to make you guys go for what you've been through, but I believe at the end of the day, inshallah, one day you guys will become alright. Like, you will become okay, you know? So I always spoke to him positive words, and obviously, like, I will cry or get emotional, because it's not, I just didn't get, I was confused myself, like, me hearing my oldest child telling me this and that and that. In my heart, I wish I knew I could, you know, physically straight away help him, like, and then, you know, if it was that magic, I could have, you know, I would have done it, but it was just like a situation whereby it took time, it took healing, it took extra love, you know, hug him and kiss him every day, tell him I love him, I'm so happy to you, like, even to even having for me to explain to him and say, you know what, forgive me, I forgive me, I'm sorry, like, I love you, but I'm sorry I put you through that, but we're gonna be better, we're gonna be okay, like, we have to stay as a team, like, you know. So at the end, things becoming a bit, you know, less crazy and all that. So he just started being a routine, and he calmed down, and I told him, like, you know what, whatever happened, it's not gonna happen again. So that's what he thought, innit? He thought whatever happened is gonna occur, and that's it. I said, no, wherever we are right now, we're safe. We're gonna be all right. But right now, because you have to trust me and know that, like, you know, everything at the end is just gonna be fine. Don't panic. Don't like, you know. If you want anything, if you want to speak to you about anything, I will always be here to speak to you. That's what I always told my child, like. And then, alhamdulillah, that's it. Maybe like 2 months into the school, he was okay. Alhamdulillah, I'll always check in, everything. And it's like, alhamdulillah, I was just at ease. And I was looking forward to my mentoring, my women's group, and I enjoyed it. And kind of like, instead of, after me being so low, it kind of put me back up. Knowing that, you know what, Nafisa, like, this is hard, but like, you need to stop crying every day. You need to get yourself together. Cry at night, but when you wake up in the morning, you know that's a fresh start, and it's okay. So I used to make myself cry every night. I cry because I'm upset, because I don't know why is this all happening. That's why I used to cry. And in the morning, I'm like a fresh person. I'm happy. I'm just there, jolly, running around, doing my thing, sorting things out, like that. And then, like, after that, now I think being at the women and children's place for like 3 months, I had to move into a hostel now. And I moved into a hostel now. It was kind of stressed out and hard, because now now my son was like, Mom, why are we moving again? I was like, listen, we're moving because in every household you have to stay for a while and then you move on. So I goes, we're not gonna be on the streets. We're not gonna go to no park. So my son was scared, like, are we gonna be on the streets? I'm like, no, we're not. So I got, we got this place. So I got, after staying at this place at a certain time, we're gonna get our proper house. And inshallah, if we do, we're gonna get it. And then we moved to our hostel. It was somewhere by Australia, but it was quite far. And then my kids were going all the way to school in Putney. So imagine catching 2 buses with 3 kids, like, every morning, waking up at 6 in the morning. But you know what you see in life? You just have to do it. Put your head down, bite your tongue, wake up, do it. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure my child's in school, he's on time, he's in check, and he's not running like a loose cannon, like they told me to, and he's straight. That's all I wanted. Alhamdulillah. And it was, as much as like things were going hard for us, like being a bit so far from the school now, because we obviously had to move, because it's a moving process. So, you know, I still made sure I get on time, they're on time, they do their homework, they eat well, the clothes in check. I had to make sure of that. Yeah, I had to make sure of that. And me making sure of that is just me making me be happy, knowing that they've got school to go to, they're busy, they're getting educated, they're not at home bored. All I had at home with me, like at the hostel, was a baby, which was fine. So the two was going to school. And then and then I remember like staying at this hostel, which is a crazy hostel. It was like I was thinking, oh my days. I didn't really like speaking to anybody in this hostel. It was just like hectic. So I'll go in and out, speak to no one. I don't want to speak to nobody. So I'll go in and out. So I'll be there for like I was there for a month. And then me being there for a while is like, oh my god, it was hectic. And what was hectic was like after 8 o'clock, they would just turn off the heater. I mean, we need the heaters on after 8 o'clock. Why are you gonna have the heaters? Like, hello, there's kids here. No, they didn't care. They didn't care. So me, I thought, oh my days. Like, I can't deal with this now. Like, in the room is like you standing in the room is like standing outside. You're just breathing, you're breathing like there outside. Like I was like, oh my god, I can't do this. So what I made sure is like I try to put jumpers on for the kids, put socks on for the kids because it's so cold. And then this time I'm trying to sleep next to them, and I'm thinking, Allah, what if they die? And it's like, because kids shouldn't have jumpers on and socks on, but the room was so cold, I had to put jumpers on, or they'll get cold, innit? So that was the problem. So in and out the house for a whole month was just annoying. The first 2 weeks was a ride. I was arguing with the housekeeper every day. She's like, please stop leaving your buggy here, and I live right at the top, like three floors of stairs. And she'll be like, take it. And if I'm not there yet, like, she'll call me and say, come and take it. Like, and like, I got 3 kids to go deal with it. You're gonna tell me to go take a buggy upstairs. My buggy's so big that I taking up a fat baby. That's how heavy it was. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, my back's aching me, man. So half the time I left it there, half the time I put it in my room. So it was like, oh, whatever. And then one day I remember being out in Putney somewhere, and I got a phone call from the housing, and then they're like, oh, we're going to your room. And I'm like, go then. Okay, what's my room? My stuff is there waiting to wear my clothes there. What are you gonna do? They're like, anyways, don't worry. Are you in? I'm like, no, I'm out. They're like, well, we're going to your room. I was like, you got the spare key to my room? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, okay, go then. Why are you telling me? So then I forget about that. I have my whole day to myself, go collect the kids, jump on my 2 bus and go home. And then by the time I come to the hostel now, there's one girl telling me, oh, Nafisa, you know there's someone that be in your room. I'm like, oh my days. I'm like, who be in my room? They're like, I think it's the housing people. I said, well, what did in my room though? I go, I'm not hiding drugs or money or anything stupid. They're like, calm down, Nafisa. What the hell is wrong with you? So I'm like, then what they doing? And she's like, they're just seeing if you stay. I'm like, oh. I'm like, that's all right then. I'm like, is it? I'm like, what do they? I goes, well, you know when they go in my room, yeah, what do they really do? I goes, they'll look around like to see if you left. Like, you know, if they'll come in the room to see if anything's been moved. Like, there's anybody staying here, which I was. So I was just there laughing, talking to her. And she was like, you know when they come to a room here, like, you know, you're soon gonna get a place and just leave us. I'm like, leave who? I goes, let me tell you something. Like, I beg you just move with your talk because you're gonna make me have hope, and after when I don't get a house, I'm gonna be upset. And it's like, I was like, you know what, please leave me alone. Like, okay, you just leave me alone now. And then I remember a week later, and this time as well, like, it's like probably 12 o'clock lunchtime. So me and my baby were like, I think we're at Nando's, like, you know what I'm saying, having some nice food, chilling, like, and I get a phone call now. I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm scared of these phone calls. And they're like, yeah, it's in the feast. I'm like, yeah, it's speaking. And after they're like, do you want to meet me at a certain address? I'm like, oh my god, I'm in the middle of South. I don't even know where I'm at. I'm done with this map on my phone. Like my phone's about to be low now. What's going on? Like, I'm just like, oh, and I still got my child in school. Like, I was like, what's going on? So after that now, she was like, oh, you need to meet me here today at 2 o'clock. I'm thinking, about 2 o'clock. I was thinking, I need to get my child at 3:30. So I'm thinking, what's going on? She was like, can you just please meet me at this address? And I'm like, you know, in my head, I'm thinking, I don't know what's going on. She was like, you got till today, innit? I'm like, cool. So I was like, okay. So I'm just there trying to write the postcode in my phone. Yeah, I wrote the post in my phone, jumped on a bus, it took me there. So I meet this woman outside this block now. I wasn't scared. Me now, like, my anxiety and my panicness, like, is gone. So I'm not this woman. So I walk up to this woman outside the block now, and I call her to make sure it's her, and it's her, innit? So I'm walking towards her. I'm like, hi, you alright? And then she's like, yeah, come in, follow me. So I'm like, alright, I'll follow you. Like, I'll follow you. And then it was the first time I ever came in and like seeing it, like coming in the block and everything. She's just taking me to see this place, and I'm coming and it looks so strange. The first time me just coming looks strange, and I take the left stairs, whatever. I was like strange, and then she opens the door now, and then she tells me come in. She closes the door now, and then this house is empty. Like I still don't know what's going on. This house is empty, so I'm like carrying my baby, my baby on my hip, on my side, and he's about maybe 8, 9 months, and then yeah, I put him down the house. He's just there walking around and everything. So she's just there showing me around the house. She doesn't even says anything. I'm just like, okay, here's the kitchen, here's the living room, here's the bedroom, here's the other bedroom. The bedroom's got a balcony. Here's the toilet. She's just showing me. It's like, oh man, I'm thinking, why? In my head, I'm thinking, Allah, why is she showing me this? Like I don't get this, and I'm so confused in my own head that I don't understand that she's trying to offer me this place. So I'm like, okay, there's the kitchen, after that, and I'm like, oh wow, big space, nothing here. There was nothing, literally nothing. The only thing was just a cooker, and I remember, and then she done show me everything, and we went in the kitchen now, and then I remember seeing like a pile of paper. She's putting that right there on the table, and then she was giving me keys, and I was like, what's going on? And she's like, this is your place. This is your place. Like this is your place. This is your house. This is where your kids are gonna stay, and you can go in and out however you want. Like this is your house. Do you know when I hugged her so tight, like she was God sent from an angel? I hugged her so tight, the woman couldn't even breathe. Like she was like, "What's going on? Are you alright?" Like I was like, "I'm so happy." She was like, "You meant to be happy." She's like, "We're going for your like paperwork at the housing," and she was like, "I needed to help you." She goes, "You meant to be happy." She goes, "It's your house. You can come in and out however you want it. Don't worry, no one's gonna ever say get out." And that's when I was like, Alhamdulillah, like no one can tell me to get out. So I wasn't even crying, but I was sad. I was crying, but I was happy. Like Allah heard my voice. Allah, like there is a God out there. There is a God out there. Like I remember even the woman still standing there, and I fell to the ground because I was so weak, and I was like, "Wait, are you telling me like I'm not gonna be on the streets no more? Are you telling me like I don't have to be house to house no more?" She's like, "Yeah, like calm down, darling." She even like lift me up and she gave me a hug, and I was like, "Thank you so much." She was like, "No, thank you. Don't thank me." She goes, "Like this was meant to happen," and she goes, "You know what? This is your place. You have the right to feel that way." And I was like to her, I'm so excited to tell my kids like we finally got a place. Like my kids are always asking why they ain't got their own rooms, why we're always moving, and them kind of words are there just kind of cutting me inside and making me upset. But I can't do nothing. I can't go out there and go buy a house. I ain't got money like that. But I'm not gonna lie, that day was the happiest day of my life, and I will never forget it. And then off she goes. She just went. She's like, "Okay, here's the key, here's the paper. If you need anything, call these numbers. We can help you. If you need anything in the house, just call us." And I sat there on the floor crying like a baby, just so happy, like I've never cried in my whole life. Knowing that what I went through, forget about explaining it. I just knew in my heart, I was not ready to die. My time was not up. I knew I had a purpose, and I know that I was gonna make it on the other side. You just see in life, when you're going through hardship, just never give up. Have hope. Because at the end of the day, there's always something out there for you. Literally, there's always something out there for you. So, I left like the block, like where she showed me and everything. I left. I just ran straight to my kids' school. Like I couldn't even wait to tell my son, like, "Yo, we got a house, like, baby, we got a house." Like, I went to the school to get my son now, and I was walking back to the hostel now. You need to know, like, I got my keys to my house, innit? So like I couldn't feel so much happier. Like I was so happy, like you couldn't even see the back teeth. Like I was just so happy. And I remember going back to the hostel, and we ordered pizza, we had kebab, chips, drinks everywhere. And I was like, Isaac. And he was like, yes, ma. I was like, I goes, mommy, I goes, we have a house now. And I goes, no one's gonna tell us to get out no more. I goes, it's our house. I goes, you're gonna have your own room. You're gonna have your own bed. We're gonna have our own space, and no one's ever gonna tell us to get out. And then my son just hugged me. And then he told me, Mom, you're the best mom in the world. And I was like, I ain't the best mom in the world, but I'm trying to be. Yeah, and like, we were just so happy. Like, we were just so happy. So today's video was about me starting a new beginning, a fresh start with my kids. And look at that, like I struggled so much. I went through so much. And at the end, look, you get ease. So after every hardship, you get ease. But at the end of the day, like I said, don't lose hope, don't give up, be strong. Never give up. Hold your head up high. You're not alone in this. Yeah, I'm not the only woman going through this. There's a million of women out there going through it. But we all have to be strong. Yeah, we all have to be strong for each other. Yeah, it's not about putting women down or anybody down. We have to lift ourselves up. We all bring through a lot. But I ain't gonna lie. What I went through, I didn't know if at the end it would have been like that. I thought at the end it would have gone wrong. But the only person I could thank is that stranger and Allah. And that's all I can say. So right now, this is the end of part 4, the beginning to a new start. And this is the end of all the stories that I've done. And I'm just trying to show you, like, look, at the other end, I'm okay. I'm smiling. I'm laughing with tears of joy. I've got my kids with me. I'm safe. And the last thing is, I'm a survivor. And I want to make sure that you lot all out there going through whatever I went through, you can do the same. Just leave. You're a survivor as well. Don't take no bullshit. Don't take no physical, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse. Don't take it. If you feel like you're in a situation and it ain't right, go, get out. Because it's not healthy. It's not healthy. So I would like you to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I ain't playing with you guys. You guys better keep subscribing because ain't nobody subscribing my channel. You understand? And I got more stories for you guys. All right?